Hello, and welcome to part 2 of creating my cosplay half mask out of Worbla. I'm starting this part by heating up the bottom of the mask, and I'm going to trim off the excess Worbla there. It just wasn't quite how I wanted it. It had a little excess on one side, so I wanted to trim that off and give it a little more desirable look to it. Now I'm going to heat up some scraps of Worbla and use it for the gums of the mask. And this isn't necessarily for visual reasons as far as seeing the gums themselves, but more so I have a base to put the outer layer on. If I didn't do this, the outer layer would start to, want to sink in between the gaps in the teeth, and this way I can kind of build that up and give it a nice foundation for that, exterior layer of the mask. Okay, so the gums are all done. I went ahead and did the upper area too, so that's all finished. I'm really happy with how this looks. I think it'll look really good painted. Alright, now on to the final section of this part. Okay, the last part of this is to do the outer layer, that would be like the skin over the teeth and the lip area. So I cut a couple rectangles of Worbla, and then I'm just going to sketch out the basic shape I want to use for this. The easiest way to cut Worbla is to heat it up a little bit, and then it'll cut a lot nicer than if you just do it without heating it. It is possible to do it, but I'm just telling you it's a lot easier to do it this way. So I'll go ahead and cut both of these out, and then I'll see how they fit onto the mask itself. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to trim it down just a bit. I didn't want that much excess to try to smooth into the jaw area. For the top one, I'm going a lot thinner because I don't want to have to worry about scrunching up a lot of excess Worbla on top of that nose. I just don't think it's going to, it's not going to be as easy to attach there as far as to even it out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and attach the lower section. Just, you heat it up enough to bend it, and then you can heat it up some more. And it'll bond to itself, so it's going to bond to that Worbla that's already on there. Now that the lower section is firmly attached, I'm going to go ahead and heat up the top section and apply that to the mask. So the last thing I have to do on this part is just heat up the Worbla and kind of smooth out the edges and get them to be, blended nicely into the mask. Okay, well that wraps up the sculpting video part 2 of creating my cosplay half mask out of Worbla. So originally I wanted to do this in 2 videos, or thought I could do it in 2 videos, but there's just too much left to do on the mask. I didn't want to rush it or have too long of a video. So in part 3, I'm going to add some details to the mask and then do kind of a border around it to kind of look, more like a finished piece. So so far I'm really happy with it. And then part 4, I will do the painting on it. Well, thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Remember, never stop creating. Bye.